Hey guys, and I think we all can agree that Sonic 1 is indeed a video game. And with a statement like that, you think I wouldn't really like Sonic 1 that much. But actually, I do like it quite a bit. I mean, there are worse Sonic experiences, and I've actually seen people try to argue that Sonic 06 is better than Sonic 1, like, come on guys, it's Sonic 06. The advantages it has over Sonic 1 is that it's in 3D, and, you know, it is, that's about it, really. So I thought, instead of reviewing the game and seeing how well it holds up, don't worry, that's coming soon enough. I thought instead we'd look at every re-release of Sonic 1, or at least the most notable, and find out which one was the best and which one is the worst. Y'all know me. You know how I make a living. I'll talk about Jam for you and it will be easy. Good port. Not like going down to GameStop and getting yourself a budget game collection. This port, remade whole. Spin dash, parallax. There you go. Yeah, I think we all can agree that I do indeed like Sonic Jam. Maybe a little bit too much. Sure, there were a few collections on the original Genesis that did have Sonic 1 included. But Sonic Jam is where things really get interesting. Like, come on guys, I literally made an entire video about why I think Sonic Jam is one of the best collections ever made, or at least one of my favorites. And since the games were remade from the ground up, they can add extra little things like more parallax in the background, the spin dash to Sonic 1, and just simple bug fixes. Well, you did a good job, Sonic Jam. You did a good job. Do you still, for some reason, have a Java phone and want to play Sonic 1? Well, here you go, it's Sonic 1, or at least a very primitive version of Sonic 1. That's right, back in 2005, if you had a Java phone, you could play a very primitive version of Sonic 1. With a much less complex engine, the visuals toned down a lot, and if you have noticed, the flowers are actually using their prototype design with the peak circles instead of the blue ones. Loop-de-loops and S-tubes and other complex environmental structures have been removed. Sure, it might not be much by today's standards, but for 2005, this must have been incredible, and it still is better than the port that would come out next year on advanced hardware. Hooray, it's Sonic Genesis for the Game Boy Advance. And for the Advance Game Boy, it sure as hell seems to be slowing down a lot. Can it not handle the blast processing? I swear the tiniest little thing just slows this game down to a crawl. And don't get me started on this game's lackluster excuse for physics. What is this? Come on, this is not Sonic. This is some poor imitation of what Sonic is. Man. 2006 was not Sonic's year. The entire franchise was put into shambles, and his original game was completely slaughtered. Okay, I don't want to talk about this game anymore. Let's just move on to the next one. It had the first true 3D Sonic. It was the last Sega console. The Dreamcast was legendary. And what was its version of a legendary title? Yeah, to say it wasn't the best port of Sonic 1 to a superior console is a bit of an understatement. Not only are the visuals a little bit off, giving off this somewhat VHS effect, but the sound chip, oh my god, it is terrible. But it could be worse. But gameplay-wise, it does run fine. Sure, it might just be in an emulator, but it is still a perfectly passable way to play Sonic 1, if you just don't mind the music. Dreamcast Smash Pack, more like, it sounds like trash. Oh, and speaking of ports having poor emulation of the Sega Genesis sound chip, I bring to you AtGames. I was never really the biggest fan of it, but the Sonic remix of the Green Hill Zone theme does have its charm. I'm joking, of course. The Sega Genesis sound chip has always been notorious for being hard to emulate. It is a pretty complex sound chip. But God, is this just terrible? I mean, really, did they really try here? Who is responsible for ruining Masato Nakamura's great music from Sonic 1? AtGames. Who is, AtGames! Oh my god, it's AtGames! Ah yes, AtGames. The guys that made a Sega Genesis reproduction console that is shaped in Sonic's face. It was actually that exact same AtGames console that got me into Sonic the Hedgehog. I got it for Christmas one year, and it had Sonic 2 on it. And it wasn't the best port, and it did not look great and did not sound great, but hey, it is what got me into Sonic. But come on man, the sound. Never in my entire life have I ever just heard a machine crying out for help. But despite the nostalgia factor I do have for some of these at-game consoles, it's just all around not the best port of Sonic 1. I mean, come on, it sounds like that and it looks like this. But what is a good port of Sonic 1? Well, introducing Sonic Mega Collection for GameCube, Xbox, and PS2. Everyone's favorite Sonic collection.
Despite the fact that the Sonic Mega Collection is clearly inferior to Sonic Gem or Sega Saturn.
Okay, getting my weird little biases out of the way, the Sonic Mega Collection is a really good way to play Sonic 1. Not only is it just very well emulated, but it is just a fun collection. It's got a bunch of little goodies, extras, and a bunch of stuff that Sonic fans will love. And it's got such a great atmosphere to it. I don't know what it is, it's just Sonic Mega Collection. Oh, and if we're on the subject of good ports, ah yes, the 2013 Christian Whitehead remake of Sonic 1 for mobile devices. Probably one of the best ways to play Sonic 1 today. Not only has the resolution been bumped up, but it does play in widescreen, and that extra added visibility truly does change the game for the better. Not only that, but the game does run at a full 60 FPS, so there will be no slowdown. It truly is the definitive experience for Sonic 1. But with Sega being less than competent, this has not been ported to consoles or PC, leaving it to rot on phones. But what is the best way to play Sonic 1 on a console? Handled by the amazing team at M2 for your Nintendo Switch. Possibly the second best way to play Sonic 1 on a modern day console. Also, sorry PS4 and Xbox owners, I give you the Sega Ages version of Sonic the Hedgehog. It might not be widescreen, it might not run at 60 FPS, and it isn't made by Christian Whitehead, but it is still the second best alternative for playing Sonic 1 on a modern day console. Like many better re-releases of the game, it adds the spin dash to Sonic 1, but does you one better. It also adds the drop dash from Sonic Mania. That's right, one of the best additions to Sonic has been added to Sonic 1. There is also time attack and online time trial modes for the multiplayer. Tails and Knuckles are playable, but most of all, M2 managed to properly emulate the Sega Genesis sound chip to a T. The Christian Whiteheads get a pass on this as they do not emulate the games, but remake them whole. So M2 being able to accomplish this feat is truly astounding. And we can't forget the Sega Genesis Mini, the third best way to play Sonic 1, though no widescreen. Now before we get onto some more interesting ports, I would just like to mention these. There's Sega Genesis Classics for PS4 and Xbox One, Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection for PS3 and Xbox 360, the many different versions of the Sonic Mega Collection, and that's it for noteworthy stuff. Now it's on to what truly matters. Okay, you're probably wondering what the hell Somari is. Well, it's a bootleg of Sonic 1, so you're probably wondering why it's on this list. Well, it's a bootleg port of Sonic 1 onto the NES, so it does count. And if the game wasn't already fascinating enough, it has been bootlegged and reproduced many times. Sonic & Knuckles 5, Sonic 3D Blast 6, and a ROM hack of this game which replaces Somari with Sonic the Hedgehog. All of this, it's just so interesting. And don't get me started on the version of the game made by US Gold that was said to be for PCs at the time. Man, it really shows you just how hard Sega were pushing this game, and even to this day, it is being re-released. The legacy of Sonic 1 cannot be understated. But I've never seen Sega re-release Ratmobile, which came out in 1990, 1 year before Sonic 1, as we can clearly see, Sonic is an air freshener!